Welcome to Pool Opening 2023 Part 8. Opening up the filter. This is a Diatomaceous Earth or DE filter, and adding DE to the filter. Let's talk about it, go over the steps involved, and then of course we'll do it. So this big thing is your filter. I don't know if you knew that, but that's what your filter is, in case you didn't know. What you want to do is find out how many square feet of filtration material is in it. This is a Hayward 3820, and there's a pretty easy rule of thumb. This has 38 square feet of grids inside to filter. To find out how much DE you add, at least in these Haywards, the first two numbers are what are important. So knock off the 20 at the end, we're left with 38. Then round that up, which makes it 40. Lop off the 0. That's how many scoops of DE that you need. That's it. If you had a 2420, you're looking at 2.4 scoops, so 2.5. You can make it 3, you can make it 2. With this, it's 4. I could do 3.5 to 4.5. How much DE you add depends. Based on what I've read, if you put more DE in, you will get better filtration, but more frequent backwashing. Less DE, less effective filtration, but you don't backwash as much. Kind of makes sense in that regard. That's really all there is to it. So we need to get this up and running. So to do that, let's move out over here so you can see everything. And I'm going to go ahead and shut off the pump. You must shut off your pump first. All right, that's good. It's off. Give things just, you hear things happening here. Give things time to settle and drain, and that's probably good there. Good enough. Now we're going to go ahead and move the handle over to filtration. Well, no, hang on. Can't move the handle. Which way do you move the handle? Well, this is another one of those things that you're going to read about online. Here's the deal. I've gone through so many different websites, read so many different things. The bottom line is nobody knows. It's a mystery. There are people that are going to tell you can only turn it clockwise. Then there's going to be the armchair engineers that say, no, it can only go counterclockwise. And then there's going to be the big, fat, dumb American consumer that's going to say, I don't care. I just want to turn it to get where I need it to be. So it's real easy. It's on filtration. I'm sorry, it's on recirculate now. We need to go to filtration. So I can go clockwise, 1, 2, or I can go counterclockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which way do you think I'm going to go? Clockwise. It's faster. It's easier. It's right there. You don't go around the block to go to the person next door. You can, but it's really out of the way. Filtration. Now, we're going to go to the filter, and I'm going to open up the manual air relief. I had trouble with that last year. I don't know why. Let me get you zoomed in on that and the gauge. We'll see what happens this year. There's the dealie right there. We're going to turn the pump on. Handles in filtration. Manual air relief is open. If you have a solar or a heater or a solar heater, turn it off. Doesn't need to be on. Turn your pump on. Let that start chooching. That's going to be a little bit. We are going to start hearing air. There's air. That's good. Eventually it's going to turn to water. Yep, did the same crop it did last year where it doesn't want to chooch out of there. But we let the air out is the main thing. Okay, so we're just going to leave that be right there. I'm going to unclog that and get everything going with it, and then we'll come back and add DE. I don't know why it does that. I think there's some crap up in the top filter, and bug. There's some crap in the top of the filter, and it shot it out on the house there, and it just clogs it up. Yeah, there's more stuff. It's coming out better now, but yeah, there's all kinds of junk in there, so I'll get that cleaned out. I'm gonna stick a screwdriver in there. You can shut it off, blow into it. That helps too. A whole bunch of different things. Just do what you think. Now we got it. That's decent flow. Now let's take a look at the gauge. So if you look closely, get zoomed in on that. We're reading just about 20. Green hand is at 22. When it gets up to the red hand, it's going to be time to backwash. That's going to be in the future. We need to get DE in. Once again, the sites are going to say, as soon as you turn this on, get DE in there immediately. No, you don't have to do that. You don't want to go to lunch and come back and then put DE in. But it doesn't have to be 3 seconds later. Enough time has passed futzing with this to get the water to flow. It was just a matter of opening and closing the valve 47,000 billion times, turning the pump on and off 47,000 billion times, and it pretty much cleared itself out. Now let's put in some DE. All right, now we're going to add DE. So here's a box. It's been rained on, snowed on, weathered, weather beaten, but it's fine. We'll open it up. Oh wait, you got to stop now, because now we have to have the discussion about DE and its adverse health effects and how it'll kill you instantly if you even go near it. So you better make sure that you get your N95 mask, put on a hazmat suit, evacuate the area, call the local fire department, have a cop or two on hand, just, I don't know, something. Here's the deal. Don't eat the stuff. Don't lick the stuff. Don't breathe the airborne particles. That's about it. Otherwise, you're going to be just fine. You know what? They use DE in gardening. The same vegetables that you and I eat, they put DE on the ground. So we're all poisoned immediately? It's not a big deal. We'll open it up. One other little discussion here. This is a DE scoop. I don't know anything more about it. It was here when I moved in the house. All it says on the bottom is DE scoop. I don't know how big it is. I don't know how many ounces it is. Can I use something else? You can. But how much are you putting in? Because I'm not telling you how much this is. Because I don't know. Do yourself a favor. Look online. You can get anything online nowadays. Comes to your door. You don't even have to go anywhere. Buy yourself one. $5. You'll have it for the rest of your life. Just get a DE scoop. It's that much easier. 4 scoops of DE. So there's a nice healthy scoop right there. It's on my hands. This hand is now going to fall off in about 10 seconds. You can watch. I don't know how to edit that in, but it'll happen. With the DE, you don't have to go slowly. You're going to read online and they're going to say, pour it in slow so it doesn't clog the pipes. Okay. Oh, where did it go? What? Wait, it dissolved? Wow. Really? It's that hard? Just dump it in? Look at it go. Holy crap. Wow. No clue how the world works, these people. You can dump it on in. Now, if you want to do, you know, a little nicer, you can. This is just for demonstration purposes, but it ain't going to hurt nothing if you just do this. So that's almost 4. I think we'll give it just a little, not even all of that. That'll do. We'll call that a good 4 scoops. Close up the box. Oh no, my hands are falling off. Okay, look. It's gone. Taking the water, just cleaning up any little bit, because it's not a perfect, you know, you get some spillage and stuff. A little here to just get that off there. One other thing, basket may have DE in it. It does a little bit. So do the golf ball wash. That's good. We're collecting some leaves. Get rid of those. If you want, you can go put your arm in there and just feel around, make sure there's no DE. There's nothing to speak of. It's all good. It's all there. Get that out of there. Put the basket in. I got the tops over there. I'm not even going to bother putting them back on right now because soon enough I'm going to be vacuuming and I'm going to need it open, so why close it just to open it again? So that's starting up your filter. Nothing to it. Again, why I have the problem with the valve on top, I don't know. Started doing that last year, did it again this year. You can take that off. I got a video on replacing it. I'll put a link down in the description below. It's fairly simple. It's otherwise working, so I'm not going to replace it now. When it breaks, I will, because then I'll need to. It's kind of when you do that. But don't make pool maintenance and pool care more difficult than it needs to be. You can read articles on the internet till you're blue in the shirt, I mean blue in the face, and then you're not going to know which way to go, because every site is going to tell you something different. There's going to be a general consensus of a lot of things, but then there's going to be a site that differs, and then another site that agrees with that one that differs, and a third site that agrees with that, and by the end of it all, you don't know what you read. Don't make it more difficult than it needs to be. It's easy, okay? There's no public health emergency with DE. Don't do anything stupid, and it's fine, okay? That's why, like here in New York, if you want to buy spray paint, it's locked up in a case. And you have to get the dick at the store to unlock the case so he can give you the can of spray paint so you can go to the register, which kind of defeats the whole purpose. The reason that they locked it up is because people used to take them and steal them, not to paint stuff, well they did for graffiti, but to huff the fumes. Do something stupid. Painting is not dangerous as long as you're not purposely breathing in the fumes. If you do it for a living, that's different because you're exposed to it every day. How often do I add DE to the pool? I don't know, 4 or 5 times a season? Maybe, if that much. All depends on how dirty the pool is. So that's going to kill me out of a whole year? Come on. All right? Just be careful. Don't do anything stupid, and you're going to be perfectly fine. Don't make this out to be much more difficult than it needs to be. It's really easy when you get the hang of it. You can watch me. I've been doing it for years now. 16 years opening my pool, doing this same rigmarole, and every year it's something different. It's all the same, but it's something different. You never know what pops up along the way. Anyway, that's it. So let's take one final look at the pool. Wow, that filter works amazing. Look how clear the water got. No, it's not the filter. It's cold chlorine. Okay, that and like a few, I don't know, 20,000 gallons of water, something, I don't know. I forget how many gallons the pool is. All right, we got the brown cloud because X-Joe81X was here. I thought Sharky got stuck in the pool over the winter, and you know, don't freeze down there, so he was good, you know, but I thought maybe he had Taco Bell, but then I realized it's got vegetables in it, so that wouldn't work. That's all the stuff that was on top of the cover. All of that is, do I have any of it around? No, I think it all went in the pool. Well, here's what it is. I got this tree here, this Japanese maple. It's got leaves like this. They get big too. These little ones, first of all, they go in the pool. You might see that. And they get caught in the basket and all that. But before that, they're little tiny buds. And zillions of those fall off the tree and fall onto the cover. All those little tiny balls clog up my cover pump, and it's worthless. So when it gets down to the bottom of it to clear the top of the cover, I can't, because it won't suck it up anymore. So that's what all this stuff is down here. Now fortunately it's at the close end to the skimmer, so it'll be easy to vacuum up. But I think we're going to try something even more manual before that when we get to that. Right now the water is green, but it's actually not green because, as you saw right here, it's pretty clear at the top. It's not that it's green at the bottom. The problem, and the reason why the water looks green, is because the walls and floor of the pool have algae on them. That's green, and that makes the water look green. The water is pretty clear as it is. We need to get rid of that algae, and we put in chlorine tabs, we put in chlorine shock. You don't have to spend $1 zillion in chemicals. When you go get your water tested at the pool store, the whole idea behind that is so they can sell you hundreds upon hundreds of dollars of chemicals that you're going to put in, even doing it in the prescribed manner, and still end up with a pool that is green. There's no magic pill. I don't care what you watch on the internet. There's no magic pill that automatically takes the algae out of the water and it flies away. Okay, it doesn't work. Okay, there is such a thing called a flocculant, which you can put in the water that will help anything suspended in the water itself to sink to the bottom. But the whole idea behind that is that once you've done that, you vacuum the pool. That's when the magic is going to happen. And you know what vacuuming is? It's all manual labor. If you don't put in the work, it's not going to become blue. The vacuuming is going to suck the algae off the floor. It's going to suck the algae off the walls and not do a great job of it. You're going to have to vacuum a couple of times. So yeah, there's a lot of work involved. But it's not hard work, it's just a lot of work is all it is. And we'll be getting to that. I don't know exactly when or what's going to happen just next. Right now that I have all of the chlorine in there, I'm going to let it get to work. It's going to help reduce the algae population by having them spayed or neutered. And then we can suck out the rest with the manual vacuum. So I'm going to leave the pool for a couple of days. We'll see what happens, see what the filter does, stuff like that. There's no reason to play with it or do anything else really at this point, but just wait it out. So in another day or two, I'll come back with something else, but that is going to wrap up this part of pool opening 2023. I think it was part 8 now. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's going to do it. I thank you very kindly for watching, and I really appreciate it. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.